Alex at Coram Farm. We are a year 4, almost year 5 Oklahoma flower farm that sells retail market bouquets from our roadside stand. In today's shorter video, I wanted to share with you more about what we have going on Patreon. The reason for that is, everything's behind, the locked paywall, and sometimes it can be hard to decide, do I want to sign up for that? Like, what is even going on over there? Why should I join? What is Patreon? All of that. We started our Patreon account last August. So we're in our 14th month of content creation, which means we have a really large built up catalog and archive over there that's completely available to everyone that signs up. And I want to go over some of the fun things that we've created and the helpful content that we've created over there. We have close to over 300 people who have signed up in various capacities. So it's a large group. It's really fun. There's a lot of people that stick around for long periods of time. And there's some people that kind of dip in and out. They come in for a couple months, chat, use the flower chat we'll talk about, looks at the content, and then cancels their subscription. And then I see them come back a couple months later. There's lots of flexibility. But first, what even is Patreon? Patreon's just another content creation platform that allows you to sign up for a monthly fee. And then each creator gets to pick their price point and tier level. And you sign up, and based on that tier level, you get access to certain content. The reason we wanted to add Patreon instead of staying exclusively on YouTube is largely the flexibility to just do more flower farming content. As we all know, with Facebook, Instagram, stuff that we're doing for our own social media and marketing on farms, you are beholden to the algorithm, and YouTube likes clickbait and flash, and it has to be quick moving. Keep your flashy TikTok attention the entire time. And some flower farming content is not exactly, the flashiest content. The algorithm doesn't want it as much, but it could be really important content and information if you're wanting to start a flower farm or grow your flower farm. So that was one of the reasons. Another reason is it allows written form content, because sometimes you just don't have time to watch a video, or you want to be able to quickly reference something, and that's really hard to do in a video format because you have to re-listen to things versus having a description or an explainer or a list of something written out. And so I do a lot of written posts, which has increased our content so much more than we ever could do on YouTube. So I like Patreon for that reason. And then also they have a chat feature, and we have chat groups there where I can just talk with people directly, answer questions directly. People can talk to each other. It's a bit more involved than maybe just a comment section on a public YouTube video. It's a private chat chat group that you're in. So I like those features. And we chose to have 2 membership tiers. And the first one is really the cost of a Starbucks latte. It's very cheap. It's $5. And the reason for that tier is largely to give people who asked how they could support us an option to do that. So you've liked our YouTube content for a long time. You appreciate our content creation. You want to support us as a family and a farm. There's that option. And we have a pretty large group that signs up for that. I'm really thankful for that because it is a lot of work, and it's always appreciated how much people have enjoyed our content and want to support us financially in some way. And it's really a blessing for people that choose that option that's not too expensive, but it's helpful to us. So the second tier that we have really is the main membership tier. That one's $15, and you get everything I make. There's no paywall if you're on that membership, and it's a monthly fee, and so you can cancel at any time. And $15, that's so cheap compared to what I'll show you that we have available to you. And one of the reasons for that is I know that a lot of people that watch us are new to flower farming, thinking about flower farming, are really mindful of their budget. They have smaller scale dreams, and so the thought of paying for a $2,000 course feels like a huge expense or a scary commitment. And so I kind of wanted to fill that middle gap between just free sporadic content and the more, organized, formal professional courses. I kind of wanted to find a way in the middle where people could, like I said, jump in and out, jump in at a lower price point where they don't feel intimidated or scared to commit, and I can help you, along the way, at that $15 price point. And so those are the two tiers. Those are kind of all the logistical things, but let's talk about the fun stuff of like what content is even going on over there. And there's a lot. I think I looked and I had over 150 posts, and those posts could be written content, exclusive videos, downloads, Q&As, like everything. So that would take you probably like 30 plus hours to binge watch and read all of our content, which honestly is great for this time of year as it's starting to get cold and things are winding down a bit, also especially over the winter. But one thing that we do every single month, and this is where I think like the most value is in this, is every month we do a Q&A. And you can submit a questions, multiple questions. It can be a repeat. I don't care how beginner it feels. Like there's no rules, no intimidation, and I answer it. And we get fantastic questions and a lot of like frequently asked questions that other people I'm sure have, and it's helpful to hear that answer. But the thing I like about it is I answer every question that's submitted. And so it's kind of like a quick personal consult in that I see your question and we talk about it. And then if there's follow-up needed, people can comment again in the video, in the video post or DM me, that sort of thing. But there's an availability human element of I want to directly answer people's questions. So we spend the month gathering questions and then I film that towards the end of the month. And then all of that is in the archives. So we have 14 Q&As. They tend to almost be about between 45 minutes and an hour and 15 minutes every time. And we have 14 of them. So honestly, just the Q&As alone, probably most questions you could think of that you might have as a flower farmer is going to be talked about in one of those videos. And it's all there in the library and it's really fun. And it's often seasonal because like right now, just a couple weeks ago, I filmed the September Q&A and we talked a lot about fall planting, overwintering flowers, high tunnel, low tunnel, when to cover, when to uncover, when to water, when to fertilize, all those questions, because that's what people are thinking about right now. Talking about what you're fall planting, when you're fall planting, that sort of things. I'm sure, as we get closer to tulip planting, we'll talk about that and in the spring. So Q&As are great. Then another thing that we get to do over on Patreon is we do a lot of exclusive videos that are either like short 15-minute topical videos or quick grab the camera update on the farm tour. So like I said about YouTube, with the algorithm being tricky, if it's not like clickbait, like if we wanted to do a tour, like we have a video that's a tour of our cooler and Eric shows and goes over all the specs, everything he bought, kind of price estimates, how he installed it, talking about the CoolBot, all that sort of stuff, about 15-20 minutes. For YouTube to show that to people in the algorithm, the title would have to be something like, "He almost died in the cooler. Did he freeze to death?" And you're like, people just want to talk about like CoolBot settings. And so we have a video about that on Patreon. So it's one of our exclusive videos. I also did an over hour-long video all about subscriptions. So what a flower subscription is, how to start one, questions to ask yourself if you should start one, the pros and cons, the pitfalls to watch out for, how to make it profitable, how to promote and market a subscription. It's kind of like an all-in-one, almost like a mini course about subscriptions. That was an exclusive video we did for Patreon. So that's up there. We have one on overwintering flowers, and then one that I did that I really enjoyed making because I wish this video existed when we started our farm, is I did a reference style video. So not kind of like flashy, entertaining edits and stuff YouTube style, but like I need to reference this because I need to do this task type video. And it's how to harvest, process, and store and rehydrate tulips. So from pulling it out of the ground, when to do that, to what do you do then, how do you store it in your cooler, how do you rehydrate it? It's an end-to-end video process that's like reference style that honestly, like I might even rewatch when it comes time for a refresher in March when tulip season starts again. So those types of exclusive videos that are very topical and they're very focused so that you can reference them and also just learn about that particular topic that like YouTube probably would totally ignore. Another thing that we do that I've really enjoyed making is once a month we do a flower profile, which is a PDF one-page download all about a particular flower. And there's a section of how to care for that flower. So everything from planting to growing to harvesting to storing. And then like a quick snapshot of like the quick facts. Because like how many times have you been like in the field or something and you're like, oh my gosh, what stage do I harvest status in? In the one pager, I have that. And so like that could be saved on your phone for a quick reference for that flower to remind you of, you know, these particular facts about growing that flower. And then I also include favorite varieties and retail and wholesale stem price that we use, which I think our prices are in the very average middle range that you see. So I really enjoyed making those. We have 10 of them right now. I'm going through all of the flowers that we grow personally. So we grow 14 different flower varieties. So I'm going to do those. And then once I hit that 14, I will take requests of maybe other common flowers that lots of people grow that we don't happen to have on our list and continue to build out that like quick one-page reference catalog of our flower downloads. And so when you sign up, you instantly get access, you know, to all of those PDFs, all of those downloads. And then we also do a ton of other easy downloads. I want stuff that you can save on your phone or save to your photo album or your computer, wherever you like to quick reference things. We have crop lists and favorite varieties. I have recipe lists for $20 and $25, spring through fall. So they're based on our stem pricing. And we have a stem pricing list that you also get and can download, and you can compare it to your pricing and then just make your own little adjustments. Like if you sell your zinnias for a little bit less and you're looking at our recipe, maybe you include one more stem than we choose to, sort of thing. So it's kind of adaptable and customizable. Once you see the prices I'm working with and how I'm constructing those recipes, you can adapt it to fit what you have growing, and maybe your price points are a little bit cheaper or even maybe more expensive. More expensive would be better than cheaper, but it's adaptable. We share our favorite tools and supplies with all of the links, like, you know, the little things that people ask, like, where do you get your netting? What landscape fabric do you prefer? How did you make your burn holes for your grid on your landscape fabric? What frost cloths do you like? What weight, what brand, that sort of thing. We have all of that with clickable links. I don't do all the like affiliate program stuff. That gets complicated. I just shared the links, you know, takes you to Amazon, takes you to Lowe's, that sort of thing, to the direct product. And then the last category I've been working on is all about marketing. So we have a marketing category of help, of branding, marketing, social media tips, content calendar schedules. And I'm working right now, it hasn't released yet, but all of our Patreon members of that second tier I mentioned are going to get what I'm calling a branding workbook. And it's going to be multi-page that you could print out and spend some time going through and answering all of the questions and prompts to work on building your brand so that it's consistent and it's focused, that you understand what your brand voice is, who your ideal customer is or what they look like, so that you could nail like a 1 minute, 30-second elevator pitch when you're talking to people about your farm, that sort of thing. That's also a great winter project to work on, you know, when you're not actively trying to market, grow, sell, cut, all of the things. Winter or here in late fall, that would be a great time to kind of go through those exercises inside while it's cold, fill it out, make changes as you need to, or if you're starting your farm, really launch strong with that sort of thing. And so I'm working on that now. That'll be part of Patreon. But I just wanted to share what we're up to. free content is great, and we're going to continue to do that. And I totally understand if you're not at the phase where you want to do that. But I do think that for the value for newer growers, considering growers, or those that want to improve and kind of maybe go to the next step, so many of your questions would be answered and helped with what we're offering over on Patreon. And maybe once you exhaust that, you decide then that's when you're ready to commit to some of the bigger courses and some of the formal, more expensive options. And some people do that. And we also have people that are on Patreon and have also taken the courses, and they like us for different reasons, and they use those courses for other needs and stuff. But I'm really loving it. I'm really enjoying it. I like the personal element too, because I get to know people. I get to know your farms. I enjoy talking with you on the private flower chat that we have with that community. And it's just really positive and fun, and everyone seems to be really enjoying themselves, and things went well, I think, for their farms this year. But that's Patreon. We're still going to be on YouTube, but I would love to see you over there on Patreon. So I'll put all those links in the description and stuff, and we'll be back in the future with more fun YouTube videos as we build out our high tunnel and we get ready to plant for our year 5 season. Thanks, guys.